Montezuma's Revenge at Knott's Berry Farm is the last remaining Schwarzkopf shuttle loop coaster in the United States, but you may not be able to ride it for a while. Knott's Berry Farm announced yesterday that Montezuma's Revenge will be closing until 2023 for a massive refurbishment. In this video, I will discuss what that renovation may entail and review the classic experience you could have in this coaster up until this point. Montezuma's Revenge will close on Monday, January 10th, 2022, and it will not reopen until sometime in 2023. The park said they will provide more details later this year, but there's another test case in Belgium that may give us an idea what's going to happen to this historic Schwarzkopf. Walibi Belgium has the last remaining shuttle loop coaster in Europe. The coaster originally opened in 1982 as Sirocco. The coaster was partially enclosed and renamed Turbine in 1999 due to noise issues. Then the coaster closed in 2008 and its future was unknown. 5 years later it did reopen in 2013 as Psyche Underground, but the ride was very different. For one, it was entirely enclosed this time, with some new theming. 2, the entire ride system was upgraded by Gerstlauer. The flywheel launch was replaced with an LIM or linear induction motor launch. Both launches accelerated the train to 53 miles per hour or 85 kilometers per hour, but there's a difference in how the magnetic launch engages. It does not have the same initial yank. The old flywheel launch occurred directly out of the station. With the new magnetic launch, the train slowly rolls out of the station and you engage the launch further down the track while rolling at about 5 miles per hour. This makes it easier to get the train going. The launch does accelerate the train faster now, and the launch is more reliable, and most importantly, it does preserve the ride, even if it doesn't have the same initial punch. The coaster also received all new lap bar only trains from Gerstlauer, and this wasn't the first Schwarzkopf coaster to get trains from Gerstlauer. Hershey Park Super Duper Looper got them as well. Having experienced both the old and new rolling stock on Super Duper Looper, I'm happy to say they feel near identical and did not change the ride experience much at all. Now, do we expect the same renovation for Montezuma's Revenge? I think it's almost certain the antiquated flywheel launch system will be replaced with a magnetic launch system. Montezuma's Revenge was the first coaster in the world to feature a flywheel launch. It did surprise me that Walibi Belgium's shuttle loop received an LIM launch instead of an LSM or linear synchronous motor launch, especially considering the latter has been more prevalent over the past decade. But whether it be an LSM or LIM launch, one of them is likely coming to Montezuma's Revenge. It's also likely this coaster will receive a brand new braking system to help make the ride more reliable. I also suspect the coaster will receive all new trains, given this ride's age. All three of these changes should breathe new life into this popular coaster, assuming they all happen. And based on Cedar Fair's renewed relationship with Gerstlauer, maybe they will be the ones to perform the renovation. Now there are 3 other things that could be part of the refurbishment, but I think are less likely. 1, there could be a retracking. Montezuma's Revenge is likely the most cycled shuttle loop coaster in the world. The coaster opened way back in 1978, and since Knott's Berry Farm is a year-round park, this coaster has been constantly cycling riders for over 40 years with very little downtime. The coaster has 800 feet or 244 meters of track, and there have been several manufacturers to replace Schwarzkopf track in recent years. 2, the coaster could get repainted. The last time Knott's repainted Montezuma's Revenge was in 2017. 3, there could be a retheme. However, because this is a popular coaster that has had just one name for its entire life, I think it's unlikely Montezuma's Revenge will get a new name and theme. And speaking of that name, it didn't come from where I expected. The name originated from a musical act of the same name that used to perform at Knott's Berry Farm, but it conveniently could also reference the famous Mexican ruler Montezuma, which was a perfect fit for the Fiesta Village area. And of course, there's the messy connotation of what could happen if you ate some bad food or came off this coaster scared. Montezuma's Revenge frequently has the shortest wait of all of Knott's Berry Farm's major roller coasters. Most days it'll have a modest wait, but it can build up a significant wait on busy days because it can only run one train because it's a shuttle coaster. This ride has a 7-car train. Each car seats 4 riders in 2 rows of 2, so at most, Montezuma's Revenge can seat 28 riders per cycle. My favorite seat is the front, for the rush of wind on that launch. Typically, you'll only have to wait an extra cycle or 2. However, there is one extra wrinkle. Fast lane users come up the exit, and they are free to select any row, so you can bet they're usually going to pick the front. The trains have the familiar Schwarzkopf lap bars, but Cedar Fair did add seatbelts once they purchased Knott's in the 1990s. While the seatbelts slightly slow down the load times, I don't think they impact the ride experience in any way. Once secured, the operators initiate the launch sequence. You will see a ring of flashing lights ahead of you, and then you're pulled forwards, reaching 55 miles per hour or 86 kilometers per hour in 4.5 seconds. While this is one of the older launches out there, that initial yank is still pretty good. You then rumble down the launch track and rip around a vertical loop. This very circular loop pulls some strong positive Gs. It is quintessential Schwarzkopf. And you also have the fun visual of Jaguar threading through your loop. You then head up the first of 2 spikes. This spike stands 148 feet or 45 meters tall, and it reaches a max angle of 70 degrees. While it may not be vertical, this spike will offer some solid weightlessness. You get more towards the front of the train, but the back will get their time to shine a bit. You then traverse the vertical loop in reverse. Experiencing a forceful Schwarzkopf loop in reverse is very dizzying. I think I prefer going backwards even if you have a little less speed. You then shoot through the station and head up a second spike. This one is just 112 feet or 34 meters tall, but it again offers some decent weightlessness. This time those in the back will get more. You then return to the station and come to a stop. Montezuma's Revenge may only be about 30 seconds in duration, but it is a thrilling ride. And even after 40 plus years of operation, it is extremely smooth. So what would I rate Montezuma's Revenge? I would give the current iteration with the flywheel launch a 7 out of 10. This may be one of the oldest launch coasters out there, but it is an enjoyable classic. The launch is solid, the loop is extremely forceful, and you also get some fun weightlessness. This is an iconic attraction for Knott's Berry Farm, and there is a reason the park is willing to invest in this historic coaster to keep it going for many years to come. I can't wait to see what the renovation will entail, and I'm sure I'll ride Montezuma's Revenge sometime in 2023, especially if the park gets that rumored Giga Coaster. So those are my thoughts on Montezuma's Revenge. What are your thoughts on this classic Schwarzkopf shuttle loop? Whether it be the current ride experience, or what you think the update will include? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review and news video, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.